I was like, man, you got like a bronze 10 or something.
It's actually I make it out of the coins because when I first tried to get it, I couldn't find the wire.
Okay.
Wire is solid silver, but the
Okay.
coins have copper and zinc. So the copper and zinc gives off a discoloration.
Okay.
Everybody perceives it. Most people don't even see it under without fluorescent lights, but under fluorescent lights, everybody perceives it different.
I got you.
But
Well, let me kill my car.
where'd you come from, Dallas?
No, I came from Waco.
Whoa,
Yeah, pretty good ways.
that. Well, you got a sign up here, right?
Yeah, one of our guys put it out over here.
Oh, okay.
One of our guys put it out. Yeah, I was driving. I seen that 007. I was like,
Well, there's a 112 there, but I put two 007s first so they know who I am.
well, I was just like, because I was looking over there
12, yeah.
and it said 112, but that didn't look like a 96 model. Anyways,
No, that's a cover over. I built that bunch of junk there, but it's all on the Zilch budget. If your dad ever dies, God forbid, your whole world's different. I've been trying to get somebody to help me clean all this junk up, but you can't get anybody that wants to work.
yes, sir.
Yeah. I try to collect extra stuff so if anything breaks or tears up, I got it. At least you didn't bring the old lady with you. I was dreading some girl seeing my house this thing dirty or my yard.
None. What are you gonna do with the vehicles?
They're for sale. This idiot kept this thing for 65 days, and I had 3 vacuum lines, 3 in the floor and 3 on the hood that he left off when I got it back. And I reached down to pick them up. Well, you'll never guess what was in the floor.
What?
The collar that goes on the crankshaft that connects the crankshaft to the oil pump. And he told me, he said, your oil pump went out. And I said, yeah. I said, my dad was a mechanic in Vietnam for 66 years. And I said, pretty sure that metal on metal oil pump didn't go out sitting in your driveway for 65 days.
That's
But
crazy.
it's got a little 22R. I think it's still salvageable. I just didn't pay nobody after that guy jacked me over. If you don't know anything about down here, the bikers have their hands in everything because it generates money and revenue
Right.
when they ain't selling dope and they are selling dope and pimping the girls and anything else that makes money for them.
Damn.
But the
What about the
4Runner,
4Runner?
it's good and clean. It's got an oil leak. The main crankshaft seal needs to be replaced. It's a $9 part. But I got 5 brand new tires on it, 5 brand new tires on it, and got an extra 92 back there. I've had, I think, about 13 Toyotas, and I like them. They've been more dependable than anything else.
Well, I seen the registration's current on the
This,
4Runner.
I got the Hardy board under this, and we started doing little bitty stuff, but my budget was all trade out with buddies of mine that did stuff that I didn't do. I did.
Yeah, it don't do good in kitchens.
No, it was just a makeshift deal because I was tired of looking at the floor. But it's all trade out junk. I never did like the kitchen the way it's designed. I didn't like the cabinets. And if I ever have a house again, when I build one, the cabinets will be recessed in the wall. They won't be sticking out. I always thought that was a stupid idea. I know we were praying, talking to God, and I was like, God, I'm pretty sure I smell pot, and I ain't smoking it. And pot was coming up through the vent, through the floor. And they were laying underneath my house, listening to me talk on the phone, talk to God. And one guy told me they got that app on the phone. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called, it's a CIA app, and it leaked down from the CIA to the military, to the drug dealers in the military, to the regular drug dealers. And they'd listen on my phone, and one old guy told me, he said, damn, he said, I've never seen nobody pray as much as you do. He said, you just pray all the time. And they were listening to all my phone calls.
Damn.
But it'll be okay. But I said, I guarantee it's a can of worms. Just leave her alone. Well, he picked her up. Well, she had it on her phone, and she knew all of them. They knew her, and it loaded on his phone. So his little flip phone battery was 100 years old, gave up the ghost, and his phone did. So he updated 3 or 4 times, and his battery in his phone would go dead. So that's how I figured it out, because I was sitting there. My phone was fully updated. Both bars are moving. I said, I'm talking to myself and God. I said, God, I said, these bars wouldn't move unless I'm sending or receiving data or information. It's
I was like, hell of a thing to go off while we're talking about
You can
this.
sit down there if you want.
No,
anyways, it was all fully updated, plugged in, and charging. There's no reason for this, so I went on there and I didn't. This word popped in my head: phone sheriff. I said, I don't know where that word come from, so I typed in phone share. So like if you got a daughter and you're like, hey, who's she dating, who's she talking to, what kind of pictures are they sending her, what she's sending them, you can go in there, and I think it's either 86 or 186 a month. You keep up with everything your daughter's doing. Well, the CIA's got one, and if you remember that old Fabergé commercial, you tell two friends and I tell two friends, and it fills up the screen. Well, everybody you call, it takes their call log and puts it in there. So before it's over, you can keep track with the whole blanking world if you got enough time to sit there. And what was funny is I went to a Christian school with this old guy, and he's in good with the drug dealers, and I knew it. So I thought I'd play a trick on him. I wanted to prove it. Well, he had a prepaid plan where he only had so much data. All the batteries need to be replaced on that sucker. He had a prepaid plan. So anyways, he thought he'd listen to me like they did. Well, he's listening to me. What was so much fun. He just started listening to everybody. Well, he got his bill at like $1,000. And he called me up and cussed me out. He said, you know my blankety blank bill's $1,000? And I said, well, Larry, did you listen to everybody's phone call? Well, yeah. And I said, well, you'd pay for the data both ways.
Damn.
But what was funny is it'll cause your memory to overheat. It'll cause your battery to overheat, your processor, because everything's being utilized twice. Once by you, once by the people that's piggybacking and listening and utilizing everything you got. So finally, I was about ready to throw my phone away. I went on the App Store and loaded AVG. That got it off. We got to know a homeless guy around here called Homeless James, and he lives in different places. He comes waddling down my street. Hey, did you know your phone's broke? And I said, no. Did you know you couldn't listen to me anymore because I figured out how to undo it? And so he'd call me again, loaded on mine or my mom's or my sister's. Things about a pain in the you know what. It needs new batteries, and I just wouldn't. I finally canceled it. I wouldn't pay them the money. They want to come out here $75 every time it needs batteries. Is that
Ring?
Huh?
Is that Ring?
No, it ain't no fancy one. It's got 130 or 40 decibel siren that I had put in because I sold one to my trucker buddy, two to an old woman. I sold about 5 of them, so I had a bunch of points built up, and I said, hey, I want that $300 siren. You can hear it all through the neighborhood. The cat got it unhooked right now from scrapping with the wires, but it's pretty good. It kept them away. I had that. I had the German Shepherd, and they turned around and poisoned him. An old meth cook down the road poisoned him because they thought he was a DEA dog. So it just.
I seen Crystal Metheny walking down the road over here earlier. She
was groceries, and I come back, and he said, they stole my aluminum boat out of my front yard. I had it chained. He said they had it at the scrap yard, already had it cut up, and was getting the money for it when I drove back. And he said, I was only gone long enough to go to Walmart about an hour and a half. I said, well, this is why they call this Dope Harbor. But I said, over here, it's usually the people you know.
Damn.
You can look at it. That's my junk rooms back there.
Well, I was just going to give it a look.
What, do you just buy them and flip them, or what?
Buy them and owner finance them. That's why I was asking how the neighborhood is. I might have to talk with my partner about it, see what kind of money we got.
Keep in mind, it's FHA. It's got the concrete all the way, and it sits on it. And that rich guy I was telling you about actually bought this. It was his brother's. I ain't going to mention his name, but his brother is in with him like Flynn. And they was actually going to capture his mother because they found out she still had $300,000 in the bank. They was going to capture her and cut one of her fingers off and mail it to them and tell them they wanted her money. And he escaped from them. They had him kidnapped. He's so crazy he went to the jail, and the jail said, "Get the hell out of here." He would make up stuff in the jail and just pick at the people there. To all the people working enough one time, or not the real estate, the insurance woman, and she's like, "Do you live here?" And I was like, "How rude." I said, "It might be messy, lady, but yeah, I live here." And I said, "Since my dad died, I don't give a rat's ass about cleaning and doing all that no more." I said, "When I get a notion, I'll clean it up and straighten it to a certain degree. Then I'll look for something one day, and then the whole place will get trashed again." And I said, "It goes up and down." But I said, "There ain't no girl here." So I said, "There ain't nobody crying about it but you." And I said, "You ain't going to be here in a few minutes." So she didn't know what to think.
I'm the same way. I
bought them little micro cams because I had a guy. You know what a good Ford 460 radiator costs, don't you? The old school brass.
No, sir.
$600-800, all real brass.
Oh, damn.
I mean, if you was a skitzer, you'd fall in love with this radiator. It's like this little chart right here.
I was looking at it.
I come out of a Vitamix. My dad had that. He said, "Why don't you take that down there and blow it up for us?" And we looked at it and tried to eat right, but hell, you got to be pretty well off to eat right.
Yeah.
I had an old rich woman, and I could tell her she'd buy whatever we said, but she finally died of cancer. But I don't know. Like I said, the yard, like I said, needs cleaning, but you can't find nobody around here to help you do nothing. I had a black guy come out here. He acted like he was going to, and he didn't show back up. I asked 2 or 3 of the Skitzer neighbors that needed money and were starving to death and dying. Yeah, we need to do something. They come look, oh, we don't want to do nothing. But they'll still break in a house all night long and steal copper for $30 or $50 and work their ass off.
True.
So,
That's what crystal meth and he'll do. I'm surprised you got these TVs still.
well,
They must not see any value in them.
well, they must not have. Like I said, we had